Oh, we'll walk around the compound once again.
No, once again.
Yes, we'll walk around the compound once again.
No, once again.
Yes, it's time to see some
Let's
cats.
grab a blanket and some snacks.
Oh, we'll walk around the compound once again.
No eat. It was a big clean day today. Things got cleaned. A lot of grass got mowed. Had to do a lot of that stuff before rains tomorrow, which I guess it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. But I don't know. There's like probably some sort of pollen in the air because my eyes, they're all red and swollen and just itchy and something. And the more I mow it, the more just... Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper fantastic episode of the Walker on the Compound webcast. Hi. Hello. Hello. I know some people might be like, well, Papa this or take an Allerex. You know, whenever I get allergies, I go to the pharmacy and I ask for an Allerex Z2. An Allerex Z2. I'm like, I'm good. I have, there's some things that I know work. And then things that people might suggest, I'm like, I don't like it. Makes me sleepy. Like Benadryl is fine, but I don't like taking it because it messes me up. Like I'll feel the effects of a Benadryl, like the sleepy time effects of like for days. I really will. That's weird. Like it's like, oh, you want Benadryl? It's like, no. And then, do you want a pharmaceutical grade amphetamine? Why, sure. That makes me feel more normal. Hi, girls. Mm-hmm. Helps. That is the interesting thing. That again, ADHD brain. Because taking stimulants, kaboosh. Taking stimulants helps to regulate dopamine systems, your dopamine production and processing centers, and it elevates those dopamine and serotonin production / process functions to the point where it's like you don't have to facilitate, you don't have to constantly like squeeze that. I've talked about this before, and I feel like I've talked about it recently. But it is a thing, like because I get prescribed, Adderall. I take it, and it helps me just kind of focus. And then like the days that I don't need to necessarily take it, I just don't. But it just, like I don't have this as like, like I need it, like it's not like some people, they might say like, oh, you take it because you're addicted, you junkie. I'm like, well, no, like I take it like on work days, because it just helps me to like kind of better focus. But then like if I was just like a regular brained person and I took it, I would be a Tasmanian devil. Just that. Yeah. And I usually I'll take my meds like before I go to work. Usually on work days, but it's like after I've already had like 2 or 3 cups of coffee. And it's not like, just trying to, combine. It's like, no, it's just like I drink coffee and then I'll have the, extra little kind of stimulant, thing. And then, I don't go into work just like, no, I'm just like, oh, like I'm actually feeling like, okay, all right, I can see things a little bit clearly. The constant channel changing that happens inside of my head's not happening. People talk and I'm able to like, oh, yes, okay, and I hear what you're saying and I'm not trailing off into like different tangents. I'm able to, yeah. It's wild, man. Hi. Hi. You have these teeny little squeaks. You have teeny little squeaks. There's your goodbye. I'm sure that a lot of you saw the stuff on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter. But we lost Kevin recently. Yeah. And you saw like the last time we saw him, he was sick. And that was part of an up-down kind of like thing that he had been kind of dealing with, like a respiratory thing since December. And he had been getting treatment for it. He'd been getting breathing treatments, all that stuff. And it seemed to kind of come back recently and come back with a little bit more force, and wanted to see like, hey, you know, see if we can get him another exam, take a look at him. We will. So Heidi went to go take him over to Dr. Bill to get him checked up, and they had sedated him to give him a chest X-ray to see, because it seemed like he had fluid buildup. And during that sedation process, and it's like the sedation process mixed with the fact that like his lung function had been compromised. He wasn't able to recover from that, and he passed away on the exam table. The vet team tried very, very diligently to revive him, but they were unable to. And a lot of things got sent off, a lot of samples as of right now, and all the stuff that came back, for the most part, kind of inconclusive. There's a lot of like, you know, 'cause it's like it could have started out as like a certain, whether it be, you know, a respiratory illness, a virus, a bug, that he had gotten, like his body had gotten over that initial infection, but then there's like secondary post-infections that could have taken place afterwards. So that the initial thing that caused him to get sick, possibly back in December, may not have been present in his body. And of course, you know, and then like the big question mark is like, well, I mean, yeah, we're living in a world where there's all this, you know, respiratory illnesses are kind of like the, you know, they're big news kind of things. Hi. What? Oh my gosh, look at this girl. Wow, look at her. She's very, very cute. But no, yeah, like as far as the results are concerned, like we really don't know. And it's like, as far as like oh, the feline variants of, you know, some of the big respiratory illnesses that are kind of going around, possible, but we don't know. We were also thinking, like, could it be FIP? Like another type of viral type infection. But that is one of those things that, like, once you get it, and it stays with you until you're not alive no more. Hi. But it sucks, and it's sad. And one of the and it's like it happened a bit of time ago. Kevin passed, and we had sent like different things off to the lab to get tested, because we certainly wanted to know, and that's one of the reasons why, you know, we because we knew about it for a little bit, but we wanted to have a better idea of like what would we possibly be discussing or looking at, you know, because you don't want to sit there and say like, well, Kevin passed away, have no clue, don't know. Anywho, look at these cute kitties, you know. But it's like, no, he got sick. It was a respiratory infection. The exact nature of that respiratory infection, the initial one, not entirely sure, but likely led to secondary complications that had been a little bit more long term, and those long term complications led to him experiencing further complications during like those sedation. Which, that's just a thing. Like, you could have, that's the other thing. You could have healthy cats. Well, you could have healthy cats that, you know, when they get sedated, because cats, they react to sedation differently. That they, you know, go in for medical exams and they don't wake up from the sedation thing. And that, so yeah, anesthetizing cats, that's a tricky thing. But combine that with, like he had that fluid buildup in his lungs, you know, just high. He just wasn't well. I think that I can't remember exactly, but I think that he had some issues with his kidneys as well. A couple other, like, I think it was like, you know, kidney, spleen. It's like, yeah, there's some like issues. There was like, it's like you could, a few different things like by themselves may not necessarily be a big deal, but like when you add all this stuff up, then it becomes kind of like, okay, more of an issue. When you have, you know, you have a check engine light because of one O2 sensor. It's like, okay, I can keep driving that. But then you take it to AutoZone. Hi, Ren. Melissa says hi. And you put it up to their scanners, and then they say like, oh, no, you have like a whole bunch of different things that are going wrong. I'm very surprised that you got this vehicle here. It's like that, you know, not saying. That was exactly Kevin's circumstance, but there was a few different things a few different check engine lights that like, ugh, yeah, that could have definitely been exacerbated by his initial illness and then subsequent infections, complications, etc. Fluid buildups. That was the big thing. We had a lot of fluid. A lot of chest fluid, a lot of lung fluid. It sucks. Poor baby. But then it's like, yeah, it's like, because he was doing this kind of, he was going, you know, and he'd go for long periods, weeks, he's doing fine. So if it's like another one of those kind of things where it's like, oh, you know, there's initial something gets you, and then there's other stuff that kind of lays more dormant, like cold sores. Are you following me? Were you following me? Is it because I only gave you one? Melissa says hi. I should have given you multiple. Oh, okay. All right. My mistake. See, look at it. There's Ruby and her two shoes. Ruby Two Shoes. But yeah, R.I.P. Kevin. He was a very, very sweet boy. And definitely there's, you know, some caregivers over here that really, really loved him a lot. Like, definitely upset. Like Destiny was, you know, pretty tore up over it. Jamie and Kevin had like a mind meld kind of thing going on. It's like they understood each other. So, yeah, it sucks. It sucks when any cat passes, and then it also, because it's like, you know, you do have the ones where it's like, oh, they become, you know, like you do have special bonds with some over others. And it's interesting, you know, you think about, like, you watching this, like, you a lot of times, like, see through the lens of my bonds with cats. So then a lot of times, like, the ones that become the most popular on this platform are just simply the ones that I personally have a really great relationship with. Like Solano. Like, Solano's a great example of that. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. It's like, what the heck was... But, yeah, Solano. And it's not to sit there and say that, like, people, like, you know, oh, I was the only one that liked... No. But, not everyone, like, there was a lot of people who were like, Solano's fine. But, you know, but they had, like, another cat, you know, that they really, really liked. You know, like, Solano's cool and everything, but have you ever met this Consuela tiger? Oh my gosh, she's amazing. Like, that's the, you know, that's what I'm getting at. But then Consuela might not necessarily, like, you know, but for me, she was never one of my, you know, mind meld kitty cats. Kind of like the Avatar thing where it's like you put your ponytail, like, into their butt, and then now you can exchange thoughts. I think that's how that works. But certainly, if you I don't know if, like, I'm doing the best job of, you know, explaining. I'm probably hi. We've been outside working all day, and it's like after we got done working, then I was out mowing a bunch. Probably a bit dehydrated, probably a little bit sun cooked. So hopefully I'm speaking coherently. It's like me living inside of my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm sounding pretty good. But then me watching the video, I could be like, nah. You know, you never know. In the moment, it's like, I think I did a pretty good job. And someone like wise was like, what happened to you? So, like, if you're, you know, if you have any more, or if you, I guess, want to, you know, like, have, like, better context about, you know, like, Kevin, you can definitely go to, like, CARE's Facebook, CARE's Instagram, CARE's official platforms. Remember, I am the unofficial, self-appointed attention seeker for the organization. No one asked me to do this. I saw an opening in a market, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I could wave my arms around these kitty cats and go, woo, woo, woo. Right? Isn't that right, Kel? I thought that you look like you're gonna roll. Wait a minute. Just gonna lay down, not roll. Oh, now she's rolling. Hi, Jessica. How are you? I'm doing well. Cal is being cute. Was Will being cute? Yeah? When is he not? Yeah, he's It's like he's just got that the cute mode kind of flipped on, basically to 11 like at all times. I think his cutometer got busted. Very happy to that Jessica's back and helping the facility. And she had to go to school and get educated and all sorts of other nonsense, but I think she's getting close to graduating, so now she's able to kind of hang out with us a little bit more, which is really great because she's got, you know, experience. I think I found 3 whiskers when I was cleaning today. I put them in my pocket, but I only got 1. So I don't know where the other 2 went. They're around here somewhere. They fell out. They either went through the lining of the pocket, fell out, something like that. So I don't know. Got whiskers in my pants. Maybe. They belong to the facility now. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's all right. All right. Anywho, thank you for watching this episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Hashtag Dorbus Award in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for all of your big cat goodness. And if you want to learn more about the facility around me, you can always visit the website, Care Rescue Texas. Don't look at me when I'm doing it. .com for more information. Yeah, there's those 2. Some of our volunteers. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.
The webcast is now over. Thanks for watching. You should like and subscribe for more Big Cat content.